In the study, two of the rural destinations were looked at more closely, which were Kampang Telaga Air and Kampang Semada in Sarawak. But at the moment, at this time, the Malaysian government, they were concerned about the growth of these tourism in these areas. So they wanted to focus on these sites which are in the east of Malaysia. They used community-based tourism, so it's the same as rural tourism, also known as ecotourism. They used questionnaires and surveys to gain this information. I think I mentioned before, they picked 168 people. They also used G-power analysis to calculate this information, to understand this information. They picked 168 people, and I'm looking at the demographics, and 90 of them were men, 78 were women. They range from education levels. About 150 had done high school, 13 had done diplomas, 4 had done university degrees, 1 had done a postgrad. They would range from economic sort of backgrounds. About 2.4% had a monthly income of 3,000 RM. And the questionnaires, they comprised of two sections. The first was about their perceptions towards the rural tourism, and the second was more about themselves. They found that many believed that the carrying capacity was slightly exceeded, and they also found the climate was a very high priority for them. The community support, it sort of varied across the board here. A lot of them did say that it was very important for them to have sort of a liaison with the tourism board, and they believed that was not quite the case, that it needed to come into play. Let's see. It also says that there was that whilst if they could make it more sustainable, they would support it. They would get behind it. At the moment, it was still, they were not quite 100% about it. It shows here the implications here. There are a number of practical and theoretical implications, and that those four: community support, carrying capacity, climate change, environmental education, they consistently rank as top priorities for them, and that they still felt like there was more room to improve. From a practical point of view, the findings of the study provide valuable information to tourism stakeholders and policy planners about the importance of influencing factors. Furthermore, these findings are from a local community perspective, which is a dominant factor in the success or failure of rural tourism development. In conclusion, the study provides empirical evidence for the impact of influencing factors on rural tourism, which I'll mention again: community support, climate change, carrying capacity, and environmental education. The study it aimed to demonstrate the importance of community support. In my opinion, it does show that. It does show that. I also do think that, and they do can see this as well, the future research is also important to make sure that their aims have been met.